All right, we're about to get started here in our first mixed doubles matchup. No matter what, in this game, the last game is going to be the decision maker in terms of whether it's going to go to a single showdown or if we're going to have just an outright winner.
Yep.
Takes some of the pressure off, right? But you still don't want to drop this one.
Yep. As a fan of singles, I would love to see a single showdown
Oh,
here today.
you're preaching to the choir right now. I'm absolutely just dying for a single showdown. All right, we'll get the score going here. Flint got that first point. I don't know what Casey just said, but it sounded
classic
a little
all day.
Little cheeky, was it? One of those all day. I love the "There's our guy."
There's our guy.
Yeah, I go with the "There's our guy" a lot.
Yeah.
Just pushed it deep there by Chris.
Great pull there from Chris.
Who are some of the best players out in your area in Grand Rapids? I know Andrea Coop obviously is probably the most well known.
Yeah, I think Andrea's a great player. Drove with her all the time, which is great for my game and hers, I think too. We got Jaron, obviously, who lives out in Muskegon. Jace Land here. Alec Timmerman. So many great players out in our area. Lots of 5-0 plus play out there, which is really nice.
Yeah, there seems to be two hotbeds of pickleball in Michigan. It's like the Grand Rapids area, and then this area, and then even east, a little bit towards Detroit-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know about up north, if there's any good players up north. Casey is feeling that one.
I don't know of a ton. There's definitely some nice courts up north, but I haven't played a ton of guys from up there.
And if you're listening and you're not from Michigan, when us Michiganders say up north, we pretty much mean anything north of, like, I don't know, Saginaw?
Yeah,
right?
I think Saginaw. I think I've heard Claire is the line,
yeah.
too. But
the further north you go, up north means a little bit further, right?
Yeah.
And the line definitely moves.
Yeah.
Really hot start here by Detroit, up 8-2. Flint definitely needs to stop on this one. See if they can get it. Wow. They do.
Shannon fired up there. If you're Flint, those are the patterns you want to be in.
I don't even think Casey waited to see if that ball was going to get returned. He just turned right around and walked back.
Yeah, turned around before the ball bounced twice.
Love the moxie.
Great put away from Chris there.
Those were extremely high IQ returns or resets by Chris.
For sure, yeah. If you're Flint, you want to keep as much to Jesse as you can while mixing in a few balls behind Casey to keep him honest. But
yeah, they're going to need to do something to keep him honest. He's just taking up so much court.
Yeah. There's a couple ways you can do it. I think the best way in mixed is actually returning to him right here, like Shannon does.
Yeah.
Still managed to find his way in the middle of the court anyway.
That was a very quick 11 points there for Detroit. They started out hot. Flint had a bit of a pushback there. What are they going to need to do to shut Casey down from taking up too much court besides keeping him honest, or rather, how are they going to keep him honest?
Well, they need to slow the points down a little bit more. That's number one. They need to return up the line and try to keep Casey from taking up so much of the middle of the court. I think doing that by driving behind him is going to be effective. If Chris can get a few balls on his forehand, drive behind him. And if you're going to drop, you got to make a nice drop to Jesse and just hope that Casey doesn't come across. And if he does, your hand's got to be up. You just got to be ready because he's going to fire the ball at you.
Yeah, he seems to have one speed, and it's 100 miles per hour.
Yep. Yeah, and as long as you know that and you're ready, you can win points. But if you're not ready,
he's definitely a force if you're not ready.
Yep.
Great point. Defense there by Shannon.
What a drop.
They needed that.
Sure did. Nice point there. Chris had to retrieve a couple really tricky lobs.
Great talk there by Shannon.
Yep.
You know, it still felt like that point ended because of that drop shot.
Yeah.
Like, even though Shannon was able to get that, it still felt like it threw them off just enough to allow the Vipers to take control of the point again.
Yeah, and Chris was moving for it, too. It's just tough when you're trying to shift and mix doubles.
There we go. Took advantage of the ball that was left up a little bit.
Yep. Nice put away there from Shannon. Jesse runs way around her backhand and gets a missed third there from Chris.
What do you think of the third shot drive? Are you like 100% always third shot drive? Oh. Ooh, wow. Talk about a spot right down the middle
That
there.
one made the third shot drive look pretty effective, but
yeah. Good timing there.
I think most of the time it's great if you have a partner that's wanting to do that. Depending on the team, it can be super effective, but there are some teams like against, say, a guy like Sam Khalid who loves the pace, or Mariano loves the pace. Nice put away there. That you don't want to third shot drive too much. Like in our match today against Ann Arbor, we were trying to drop the ball a little bit more because Mariano just feeds off the pace. So third shots drives are almost more detrimental for you than anything.
Good spot there by Shannon. What is it that Mariano and Sam are able to do with pace that makes it dangerous? ETP defense, and he put it away.
Nice point.
Great read there by Chris, kind of slide over towards the middle.
Yeah, moved over to his right really nicely. Those two guys are just so good at blocking the ball. Mariano's quick wrist action on his forehand is really impressive. Sam's forearm strength, I think, is just what makes it so tough to drive against him.
All right, we'll get the score here, right? We got 16-7. Ooh. Wow. I mean, that was really good composure by Chris.
Yeah. Those backhand overheads are some one of the toughest shots in pickleball.
Yeah, he's doing a good job getting those back in. Oh my, roll dink for days there by Shannon.
What a ball. Off the switch too.
I was
Haven't
just
hit
gonna
that
say.
ball in what, 15, 20 minutes here?
Yeah. I mean, they should
Very
consider
tough.
just playing straight up after that.
Yeah, very tough to have the guts to go for that shot after not hitting that shot in a while.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That ball thought about going over the net there.
Are you a golfer? You like to golf?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about a game of millimeters and inches? I think pickleball is right up there with golf.
No doubt.
I mean,
Very
that
close.
last drive just barely missed going over. Ooh, like that
Pickleball
one.
players and their paddles remind me a lot of golfers and their golf clubs.
Yeah, no, I would agree, especially with the technology and how different types of players like different types of paddles, and same thing with clubs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different for each player. Players are always fiddling with their paddle or their club to, see if this grip is better or, a little bit weight here or there is going to be beneficial for them. But that's why we love messing around with our paddles and love the game.
All right, so we were interrupted a little bit when we were talking about your tennis career and switching to pickleball. You want to put a button in that for us? Like, what was your first year of pickleball, like officially, where you played more pickleball than tennis?
Definitely 2023. I still played a little bit of tennis moving to Grand Rapids, but yeah, 2023 was the year that I really switched, and I haven't played a ton of tennis since then. So it's been, a good few years here of mostly
pickle.
Mostly pickle.
It's gonna stay in. It does. Oh, and they were able to force an error. All right, they're gonna need to go on a run here.
Flint needs to go on a run here very fast.
Too good.
Sweet ATP there.
You know what it is about the ATP that I'm learning, in my pickleball journey. It just like anything else in pickleball, it's all about maintaining that composure, not rushing it, waiting for like the right moment to make the shot.
In most cases, you have more time than you think.
Yeah.
That one just goes wide.
8-point game again. Chris is trying to build the energy. Oh, what a read there by Shannon. She gave the
smile there.
The fist pump / smile. The cut and the salt. Keep building. Casey goes, yeah. Looks at Shannon and then nods his head. Yeah, you're right. That was out.
Yeah.
What'd you see on that? Was it out?
It's so hard to tell from this angle, but it looked a little bit wide from here. That one's on the line.
Yeah. I think that was the right call by Chris to play that.
Again on the line. Two great shots from Casey. And he's painting the line.
Yeah, he's just... All right. Game point.
It's a good shot.
Really good shot. Yeah, she seems to have found a spot there on Casey's backhand.
Yeah. Casey taking up a little bit of
I was going to say, hello, Casey's court. Oh. The freeze is going to help them, though.
Yeah, no doubt. If you're Detroit here, I'd like to see a point of just drives. A wise guy, Zane Ford, once said, only drives on match point.
It sounds like a Zane Ford thing. What an animal that kid is, huh?
Oh, yeah.
He's super impressive. Oh, they've done it. All right, that was a pretty dominant performance, but the Flint Tropics definitely made it closer than the way it started.
Yeah, again, great fighting from Flint there. It's important to fight back in these matches and not get trounced.